Good morning, everyone. My name is Karen Gallagher-Burt, and I am part of the executive leadership team here at Canadian Mental Health Association. We are so delighted to have you all come this morning for a lovely announcement from our Associate Minister of Health, Jason Luan. It is a beautiful morning. It is a wet morning, and I'm praying that the rain disappears for Sunday. We have a massive fundraiser, and I'm crossing fingers. But it is a day that I wish to acknowledge because it is National Indigenous Peoples Day, and it is also summer solstice. So as we talk about renewal, I think it's important to acknowledge that this day is one of celebration and renewal of spirit. In the spirit of reconciliation, I would like to take this opportunity, particularly today, to acknowledge that we are on the traditional territories of the people of Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, and the City of Calgary is also home to Métis Nation, Region number 3. It is great appreciation and excitement that we welcome the Government of Alberta's Associate Minister of Health and Addictions, Mr. Jason Luan, to CMHA Calgary's Recovery College today. We are here to share the important announcement of the scaling of the recovery colleges across Alberta. With the support of the Government of Alberta, the CMHA Centre for Excellence in Recovery and Peer Support is building a provincial infrastructure that supports and advances recovery colleges and peer support across Alberta to increase access to mental health and addiction, recovery, prevention, and promotion services. We strongly believe recovery is a journey, not a destination. Using an educational-based approach, Recovery College offers courses to help people recognize and develop their own resources, skills, understanding, and awareness in order to support themselves or their loved ones' recovery journey. Recovery College is a place where real people with real experiences share what works. Without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Mr. Jason Luan.
Thank you, Karen, for the introduction. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a wet but lovely day. I see so many familiar faces. Before I take on this role, I used to be the city planner. That I'm delighted to see the Recovery College has, taken a very progressive life and grow to where it is today. I'm very delighted to come back with a different role to congratulate you for the great work you've been doing. So on behalf of Premier Kenney and the Government of Alberta, I want to bring warm welcome to everybody here this morning. I'm so honored to come back here as Associate Minister of Mental Health and Addiction. I would also like to acknowledge my dream teammate, Minister of Health, Minister Shandro here. Thank you for taking your busy time to come to support us. Give a round of applause. And I'd like also to thank Canadian Mental Health Association with the great leadership of Lorraine McNeil. Your team has outdone yourself and taking the very innovative approach at developing the college and make it available across the province. So thank you for the great work. The Recovery College model is an impressive one. This work is improving Albertans' access to knowledge and skills that help them deal with challenges associated with addiction and mental health. The tools that the Recovery College offers are so unique. They bring people together, they share their lived experiences, and in my view, it is turning the passion and power of people inside to provide service and help others very unique. But more importantly, this provides a pivotal resource to anyone who are on the journey of recovery. It is clearly making a difference in the lives of everyone attending the recovery colleges, also to the families and community they associate with. To see the success of Recovery College in Calgary, Edmonton, and Wood Buffalo is very inspiring. I remember when you first opened in Calgary, that was just, a year ago. Now there are 3. What's more exciting is coming in September, 2 more sites will be in Lethbridge and Red Deer. This will give a large access to many Albertans for this important resource to help them live full and satisfying lives. This innovative recovery college model is one of the ways we can all work together to make it easier for Albertans to get the support they needed for their long-term recovery. Today, 1 in 5 Albertans will experience mental illness or addiction in their life. Many will continue to live with mental health and addiction challenges throughout their lives. The goal for recovery is learning how to live a life that is satisfying, hopeful, and contributing. And to me, that's an increased sense of citizenship. For those reasons, the government of Alberta is committed, working hard to eliminate the barriers to recovery for families in Alberta. We're proud to support Canadian Mental Health Calgary to expand with $3 million for additional services across the province. Because everyone deserves the ability to access services they need to help them recover and live healthy. Our role will include a commitment of $100 million in the next 4 years to implement a comprehensive mental health and addiction strategy. An additional $40 million will be committed for implement a new opioid response strategy that will be focusing on treatment and recovery. In the coming months and years, I look forward to working with all our community partners to improve access to addiction and mental health, from prevention, harm reduction, all the way to treatment and recovery. We know that there are many paths for recovery. No matter which path people take, their lives, the lives of their family, and their community are improved as a result. For that reason, ladies and gentlemen, our government is committed working with all of you to make a difference, to make life better for Albertans. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Associate Minister, and thank you so much, Minister, for showing up today. This is probably a dream come true for the Canadian Mental Health Association Calgary region. We have been in the community somewhat quietly for about 60 years. We were built by family and loved ones that were helping their own live a life of potential and hopefulness. After the 2013 flood, we knew we had to do more for Calgary and Calgarians. And so we looked at a way to provide services for all of us, because as you know, the advancements in mental health knowledge and addiction was learning a lot about social models where we all can play a role in sharing our lived experience in recovery and well-being with anyone in our community. And I think that really empowered the spirit of CMHA. And so I'm so honored to actually acknowledge the work of the whole team here who's in the audience today, but also out in the field working in community. Without this team, we couldn't do this work, and I think, and I will support the fact that I think I have a world-class team that looks at the problems around mental health and addiction with innovation, with heart, with compassion. And so it's with their work and their honoring the individuals they work side by side that you get really good health outcomes. So again, thank you to the staff here today for your vision, for growing this model very diligently with expertise, with experience. And I really do want to do a shout out to Lisa Monroe, who's been our fearless project leader working across the province, building, I think, a world-class model for Alberta. We took a bold step and we became the first recovery college in Alberta. We looked at models around the world and copied the best from the best and said, can we make it better? What your government is doing today is actually the first provincial government in Canada to scale recovery college, which is a very innovative, cost-effective prevention, promotion, and recovery models. So I applaud your government for being a national leader in this space as well. So you've heard a lot about Recovery College. I welcome you all to experience the feeling when somebody connects with you on a level that you probably have never connected before on something so delicate, and sometimes, you know, this ability to be vulnerable is such a turning point for those in our community. So our space was designed for that kind of feeling. So I again enjoy the touring part and to show you some of the details around the courses after this release. So thank you.
I would like to invite one more speaker up. Ms. Valerie Vine is one of our peer supporters here at CMHA. Valerie is absolutely energetic, outgoing, and enthusiastic, and has overcome many challenges that lots of us have faced. We talk about 1 in 5 struggling with addiction or mental health. In our place here, it's everyone. And so Valerie has brought her tremendous experience, knowledge, and compassion to her work as a peer supporter. Ms. Valerie Vine.
Thank you, Karen. That was sweet. When I first came across an ad for peer supporters and an internship program, I had no idea what I was doing, but I decided, sign me up. I was looking for something that would provide some meaning in my life, and little did I know that when I became a part of this amazing team, I had found one of the biggest pieces of my recovery puzzle at CMHA. Often when I'm working, people will ask me, whether it's in Recovery College or after or during the break, they'll look to me for answers. And I always have to tell them, if I had the answers, I wouldn't be here. I'd be a millionaire, a billionaire, and I'd be doing some huge stuff and touring with Oprah. But I'm not, because I don't have your answers. And what's amazing about Recovery College is I get to see the aha moments and the transformations and the tears and the soul-searching connections that happen. And they don't just happen on an individual basis, but sometimes they happen between our peers. All I'm doing is allowing for a safe space for people to explore what they need to explore on their own journeys. I also tell people who want to become peer supporters, they're very keen and they'll ask us quite frequently, what do I do to get your job? I want your job. And I'll tell them, well, first things first, you got to come in. You got to sign up for some classes. You got to make sure you're in a place where you think you can use your story, not tell it, but use it to bring hope and empowerment to other people. And the other thing I tell people is, when you come in, if you want to become a peer supporter, be prepared to feel a little selfish, because I feel selfish every single day. This whole process of getting my title of peer supporter and then implementing it in Recovery College, no matter what the course, whether it be about boundaries or about communication or about finding a job, every time, without fail, I learn something about myself. I don't pretend to be done. I'm never going to be done. I don't want to be done, because the life journey to me is perpetual lifelong learning. So I don't want to ever be done. I would like to continue to learn, and I feel blessed and honored that I get to do so with a bunch of individuals, many of whom I've never met, and they share. And they share because there's a sense of acceptance, there's a lack of judgment within the Recovery College, there's a welcomeness, and there's also our own understanding that without saying a word or you telling me what your diagnosis is, I get it. I've had people share with me and cry in front of me, and I'd never met them before. And it's merely because when we look in each other's eyes, we see, I get it. We may not have the same diagnosis, we may not be the same age, the same gender, it's different backgrounds, and it doesn't matter because the feelings underneath the mental health issue or the addiction concern are the same. It's all about that humanity piece. So I would love to continue doing what we do, and I'm thrilled that this is getting scaled across Alberta, and I can't wait till it goes national. Thanks.
And I believe the minister has a certificate, if I'm correct, to present to Valerie. Is that accurate? Is it missing? Okay, we missed that one. Okay, well, I would like to conclude, but before I do, I would like to once again thank our Associate Minister, Val, Lorene, our Minister, for coming here today. All of you for coming out to hear our announcement. We will open it up now for questions, and I'll let Tom lead that. And afterwards, we will have our tour of Recovery College and our Welcome Center. We thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of your wet Friday.